Yes, sir. Welcome back, Footbrawlers, to another edition of Footbrawler TV. It's your commish, Big Willis here. This edition is special because we're not only sponsored by Busch Light, but you're getting Big Willis's Week 1 Pickems, and we're sponsored by Madden 25. Madden 2014. I've been playing this game since 1989. I love it. It's a great game. If you don't have a copy, you're missing out. Get yours at the local GameStop, Best Buy, wherever it may be. Get a copy. You're missing out. Let's get right into these pick'ems, fellas. Let's get right into these pick'ems. First game, we're going primetime picks. Primetime versus the gunslinger, Sean. Sean, we're going to talk about his stars first. His two stars, one being Peyton Manning, the other one being Andre Johnson. Peyton Manning goes up against Baltimore. He had 14 points versus these guys last year, and suffered that big loss in the playoffs. This is Week 1, Game 1, Thursday night. Under the lights, Peyton shows up. Look for him to do better. And then you got Andre Johnson versus San Diego, the 16th ranked pass defense in the league last year. They're about the same. They didn't make much changes. They're weak. Andre Johnson's always lacked in TDs. I think he steps it up this year. He's never got above 10. This is the time. Big things for the Texans. They look sharp. Sean has two weaknesses when I look at his team. And I see that the tight end Rudolph versus Detroit. Last year he had 21 total points versus them. 19 coming in one game. You do the math. The other game he got 2 points. That's where I see, him breaking even, getting 10 points, something along those lines. Nothing huge from Rudolph. Then Ball. He starts Ball versus Baltimore. That's rough. Ball versus Baltimore is rough. This guy's a second stringer. He doesn't even start. Ronnie Hillman gets the totes out there. So those are Sean worries. When I talk about Corey's team and I look at Corey's team, I think Arian Foster versus San Diego. That's huge. San Diego was ranked 17th. Foster is Mr. Consistency, however you want to say it. This guy never seems to amaze me. This guy's awesome. Always does, always consistent, always gets on field, plays good. If he gets 20 carries, he gets 20 plus points. Brandon Marshall for Corey versus Cincinnati, Cutler's best friend. He's got hip issues, trouble recovering, a lot of shaky things going on over there, but that is B. Marsh. They're talking about him not playing. But if this guy gets on the field, which I think he will, he's going to see double-digit catches. Corey's weaknesses. RG3 coming back from an injury. He played the 4th game in preseason. He looked good. He threw a pick, no touchdowns. But he looked calm, composed. RG3 is going to be, do his thing, but that's a worry for Corey. Another worry is the new tight end, Bennett, Chicago. If Marshall plays, he gets all the catches. Bennett doesn't. It's feast or famine with that guy. If Marshall plays, he gets maybe 8 to 10 points. If Marshall doesn't play, look for him to get 15 or 19. To win this game, I got Sean. Sorry, Cuba. Now, this game 2 is the Kendall Clowns. Wait, the O-Town Clowns. He moved. So we got him versus NFLPA. It's going to be a good game. These guys always do. Got up-and-coming QBs for these guys. And Andrew Luck for John. And who does Moose got over here? I forget who Moose's quarterback is, but we'll look it up. That's why I got my handy-dandy computer. Up-and-coming quarterbacks. Oh, and Colin Kaepernick. That's what it was. This guy's going to be a beast. So for Moose's stars, you have C.J. Spiller versus the Pats. Quarterback issues out there in Buffalo. Look for C.J. to tote the rock till he throws up. Even more in this game. If E.J. Manuel doesn't start, there's going to be a lot of running, even if the Bills are down. Then you got MJD versus Kansas City. Look for the second most carries on Sunday. You know who's going to have the most carries? C.J. Spiller. The second most carries by MJD. Another team with weak quarterback issues. They saved his legs for a reason. He didn't play preseason, only 3 to 4 carries, something like that. This guy's going to come out and tote that rock. Moose's worries, Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis versus Chicago. Bernard is projected to get 16. I don't know why, but maybe they know something. Is that going to cut into his touches? That would worry me. His second worry is the tight end he just picked up on Denver. Last time Peyton Manning used his tight ends, that was in Indianapolis. Dallas Clark, that was a while ago. Tammy didn't really do nothing. That's shaky. This guy could be good. He's athletic, ex-basketball player, kind of like in Jimmy Grant and Antonio Gates, but we'll have to wait and see. That's a worry. The stars on John's team. Look for big things out of Randall Cobb versus San Francisco. Last year, the Packers played the 49ers Week 1, and this guy had 31 points. I think he does everything for Green Bay. He's going to have another solid game. Alfred Morris versus Philadelphia. That's huge. This guy's going to tote the rock a lot, too. He's going to get more touches as they work RG3 back into this offense and hopefully try not to get him hurt. Alfred Morris is going to have a big day. But John's worries are Lamar Miller versus Cleveland. This guy barely made the starting cut. It was either him or Daniel Thomas. They're talking back and forth. What worries me, he's going to start. What worries me is if he gives them any reason, if that coaching staff has any reason to take Lamar Miller out, a fumble, a couple stuffs, bad drops, or a decision, they're going to take him out and put Daniel Thomas in. That would have me worried if I was John. Another worry is Myers. B. Myers for the Giants playing Dallas. Now, they just got rid of Bennett in the offseason, picked up Myers. He was solid. But it's feast or famine with those Giants tight ends. He's either going to get 19 or he's either going to get 6 to 3. Who knows? That would worry me. Who do I got winning this game? The Clowns. Not the Kendall, the O-Town Clowns. The next game we're going to talk about is Bam Bam versus Don't Fucking Worry About It. You have Bam Bam with the league's arguably best RB core. And then you have Don't Fucking Worry About It with the arguably best WR wide receiving core in the league. These guys are solid teams. Don't let them catch you off guard. Bam's stars, Marshawn Lynch versus the Carolina Panthers. Last year he had 12 points. He had 21 carries and 85 yards. Give Marshawn Lynch 21 carries again. See if he only gets you 85 yards and no TDs. I doubt it. Another strong point on Bam Bam's team is Pierre Garcon's back healthy. RG3 loves this guy. He already said he's going to have Garcon top 5 targeted wide receivers in the league. That's a plus for me right there. So predict big targets and a lot of targets over to Pierre Garcon. His worries are Antonio Gates versus Houston. This guy's starting to slow down and get old. And this San Diego offense is starting to look weak and it's starting to crumble. I would feel worried. Another worry is Russell Wilson versus Carolina. Russell Wilson started really slow last year, and he only posted 12 points. That's Marshawn Lynch and Russell Wilson had 12 points versus Carolina last year. And that Carolina defense looked solid in the preseason. That would worry me if I was Bam Bam about Russell Wilson. Now we're going to go on a Don't Fucking Worry About It, Marco and John stars. And we got Dez Bryant versus the Giants. Didn't do all that well last year. He had 12 and 16 points in each game. You know, Dez Bryant's going to get his catches. He's getting better. He's on point. AJ Green versus Chicago. This guy's going to have double-digit catches. And, you know, it's rough over there in Cincinnati between the running back situation. I think they lean towards AJ Green. His worries, though, are Greg Olsen versus Seattle. He only had 5 points last year versus his team. I see it happening again. And he starts the guy who's starting because Pete is injured over there in St. Louis versus Arizona. He played them last year and started the whole game. He got 3.5 points. That's rough. I'd be worried if I was Marco and John. I think Bam Bam takes this one. The next game we got Buck 'em Up versus Second to None. Rayon versus Mikey High. Rayon stars Dougie Fresh. They're both Bucks fans. It's going to drive Michael crazy when this guy runs for touchdowns, which he will. Look for 20-plus carries and 20-plus points. And then he's got Ryan Matthews versus New Orleans. Or not Ryan Matthews, Matt Ryan, versus New Orleans. Last year he threw 3 TDs and 400-plus yards. That's sick. I think he does it again. Worries for Rayon. Hakeem Nicks versus Dallas. Total points against this team last year was 17. Never seems to do good against Dallas. Another worry is Eric Decker versus Baltimore. Even though Decker had 28 points versus Baltimore last year, you got Wes Welker and Demaryius Thomas and, you know, that tight end Moose picked up doing big things out there and going to take a lot of targets. So that's going to hurt him. Look out for that. Now you got Mikey High's stars. Buck 'em Up. Ray Rice versus Denver. Always solid. Always solid. Tough match, but it doesn't matter. His touches will make up for that. Tony Gonzalez versus New Orleans. Yeah. Tony Gonzalez versus New Orleans. High points. Hold on, Addy. High points. 40 points last year versus them. So look for that to another big game. He had 40 points in one game versus his team last year. He'll probably do it again. Michael's worries. He has Josh Freeman starting versus the Jets. And I understand why, because Cam Newton versus Seattle. That's going to kill him. One or the other. Freeman starts slow and rough. It's going to be rough in that quarterback situation for week 1 for Michael. So that really hurts him. I don't really see any other weakness but the quarterback position this week for Michael. Who takes this? Buck 'em Up. Now I'm going to get to another game. It's Commish. Me versus Adam. Huge. Big things popping. 2 of the league's top quarterbacks. Drew Brees, number 1. Tom Brady, ranked number 2. My stars. I got Adrian All-Day Peterson versus Detroit. This guy had 48 combined carries in both games, over 100 yards. He's going to do the same thing. Tom Brady versus Buffalo. 62 points added up last year versus Buffalo. This guy tortures them year in and year out. So, you know, that's going to help me out a lot, even though I'm a Bills fan. It's going to eat me alive, but you can't deny the inevitable. I say he gets about 30 points, half of that. My worries, my questions. Jordan Cameron, the tight end, is he for real? Is this the real deal that we saw in preseason? I hope so. If he is, my team's looking strong. If not, I'm going to be hurting at tight end all year. Hope Brandon Weeden could get him in the end zone. He's a big target. Another worry for me is Daniel Thomas versus Baltimore, believe it or not. This guy went 4 catches for 13 yards. He had 5 points versus him last year. That scares me. That's my worry. Under the lights. Now, Adam Stars, you got Drew Brees versus Atlanta. Whew. This guy's going to be 29.9 points like he did last year, or 6 points is what he did against them last year. It was a big difference. Who shows up? I hope it's the guy who threw 5 picks. Then you got Jamal Charles versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville was ranked 26th defense. Look for Jamal Charles to have a huge day. Worries on Adam. Now, this guy Vern and this guy Bernard are projected to get more than his wide receivers. To me, that's crazy. They're number 2s. They don't start. That's going to play into part, and that would have me worried. Now, who takes this one? The commish. And now I'm going to get to the game of the week, the BOW, the Brawl of the Week. Get ready, because it's about to go down. The beef from last year during the draft. We had the rookie, Alonzo Rojas, doing big things versus the biggest shit talker in the league, 1-12, Edo. He's coming back strong, both teams high in the power rankings. On the haters, his stars are Jimmy Graham. Look for him in a huge game, 34-plus points versus Atlanta. I like to see that, and I think he shows up. Trent Richardson versus Miami. Ooh, it's going to be ugly for them Dolphins. You're going to have the Browns running that rock all over them. A lot of red zone carries for this guy. Big things popping for Trent Richardson. He might lead in points after week 1 for running backs. Edo's worries, Steve Smith versus Seattle. That's rough. Last year he only put up 8 points, and he's going to have Sherman locking him down. Another worry for Eddie is D-Jax. Deshaun Jackson versus Washington. Last year he only put up 2.5 points. That would have me worried. Big Zoe, the rookie of the year last year. Calvin Johnson, Megatron versus Minnesota. He had his worst game last year versus them, and he had his best game. I think he's going to get right in the middle, which will get him about 20 points. I wouldn't be worried. Aaron Rodgers, week 1 versus the 49ers. He did his thing last year and get 27 points, and he's going to do it again. You can't stop Aaron Rodgers. For some reason, he knows how to beat this 49er D. What worries me about Big Zoe? Ahmad Bradshaw missed the whole preseason, getting older. Shaky things going on there. He's predicted to do well, but it's been a long time since that guy toted the rock. Let's see what happens. Stevie Johnson's another worry for the Buffalo Bills. They're having quarterback issues out there, man. If they start Jeff Toole, that guy's not catching nothing. This might be the first year that Stevie Johnson does not have 1,000 yards with the quarterback issues and a nagging hamstring. 2 worries for both teams. Who takes this one? Big things popping. Sorry, Edo, but I'm going, no pun intended, our rookie, Big Zoe. Again, guys, I'm glad to have you join us with Footbrawler TV. Big things popping, week 1. Those are my Pickems. I'm meant to leave you with 2 more picks, and that's my Chump of the Week and my BOW, the Brawler of the Week. And I think Alonzo Rojas takes the Brawler of the Week. Blows your mind, doesn't it? But I think he does. And with the Chump of the Week, rough things going down for Adam. Running back situation looking shaky. I don't care what those projections say, buddy. It's going to hurt your feelings. It's going to hurt your feelings. Trust me. And Footbrawlers, that's another successful edition of Footbrawler TV. I thank you guys, and I'm going to leave you with some more NFL music to toe out. I love it. Football's here Thursday night. Get your grills ready. Get your beers ready. Get your brawling fists ready. It's going down, Footbrawlers. Yes, 2013, your commish, Big fucking Willis, and I'm out. Bum!